I have all of the posts painted at this point, along with a couple cross pieces that I probably won't use for this job. At this point now, I've got the fence over here. It's got to be replaced. And similar situation with the other one where the post is completely broken off, really. Well, you can't move it right now because I've got it braced so well, but it's completely snapped off down here. The wind broke it. And what we're going to do, I'll show you next. For the sake of completeness, here's the other fence post. Again, it's completely broken off down here, but I've got it braced. All of these other slats, the dog next door got through, and these are just replacement slats at this point. What I need to do is draw out the various fence layouts. Then I need to take string, run it across the posts, and measure what the distances are and see if everything is in line. I'll show you that next. I put a nail onto the post, but there's all this grass. It's grass here and grass here. So we're going to have to clip it all so that it doesn't distort our measurement. I've got some masonry line tied onto a nail on the post. And the idea is to just see how straight the current posts are, because I'm going to have to line this broken post up with it. And you can see it's off, I don't know, maybe a ½ inch or so. So we will be bringing that into line with the other two existing posts. The other thing I do is measure the distance between the posts. Since these are 3½ inch posts and these are 8-foot panels, we should see approximately 92½ inches between the posts. But if we go over to here to this post, which is where I have the other line tied in with the other nail, it's really just a little under 92½. It's about 92 7/8. I measured the other one the other way. It's about 92 3/4, so there's a little more distance on the other side. So I'll record those on my piece of paper here with the 92 7/16 and the 92 3/4. When I put the new post in, I may try to even that up, but at least I have it documented what it is before I took the existing post out of the ground. All right, Tim, so what we're doing here is we're going to drill 7/16, I think that's what this is, into the fence post. We've got 2 holes in there, and then the next thing we're going to do is drive these in through the chain. So I'll show you that next.
Oh, there.
All right, so the next thing is we're going to put the chain in. Screws. So this is set forward. And one more. They're there. Alright, so the next step is the farm jack. We need to set it so that it'll climb. So you set that. I don't have these are a new set of legs I put on. I'm not sure if they're going to work right or not, but set them up. Set the jack over the post. loop the chain over it, and try to take it up and see whether it will do any good pulling this out. I just don't know how rotten this post is. Alright, there we've got tension. So we're going to go kind of slow. The dirt is very moist, so it's possible it'll pull the whole thing out. I can see that some of the ground is coming up, and we'll see what happens here. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Ugh. I think the board is going to come out of the concrete itself rather than the concrete coming up. But if that happens, I might just put a collar of concrete around the top, try to get the old board to fit into the concrete that's there. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, there's a lot of dirt coming up. But you want to go a little bit slow to give everything time to react, otherwise it can tend to jerk out and not give you good results. But as you can see, it does save a lot of digging if it does work. Pulling out. See where we're at. It looks like we have some concrete with the board, so that's good. May have to use a post hole digger to get the dirt out that's going to fall back into the hole. But I think we have most of the post and the concrete this time, which is good. As you can see, we have a lot here. And I have these boards set up pretty high on the jack just for this reason, because the post is down there so far. There we go. Alright, so there it is. The whole thing came out. Next step is to attach the string again, and then put the tape on. Bring the string down to the next post, past the one you have, and get your post in the ground, basically where you want it. Drive some stakes in the ground at 90 degrees so that you can brace it when you've got your post centered. Put a post level on, and you want to get it straight in 2 dimensions. So you'll have to kick around the base a little bit and move it forward and backward. Once you've got one dimension set where you want it, go ahead and screw that screw in at the top, and then the other dimension, screw that screw in, and then it will hold. And then you're ready just to mix up your concrete, pour that in the hole, and you'll be ready. The last step is to mix up some concrete. Usually I just use a shovel and smack it in an X on the back. Mix it up in a wheelbarrow. Cut a piece of cardboard and make it into something that you can make into a ring. And then I have a couple pieces of duct tape, which I'll make a collar here in a moment, and bring it up a little bit above the ground level, and that'll pretty much be it. Alright, so I taped the top and bottom of the form once I had it wrapped around the post, and that way it will be the right size and it'll hold for long enough. I used some really heavy rubber gloves. I recommend something like that to get in there with my hands and kind of angle the concrete away from the post so that the rain won't hold up against it. It'll drain away, and packed some dirt on the side so the concrete doesn't leak out, and just let it go for 24 hours or 48 hours before you take the braces off, and then you screw the fence back on. The next step is to remove the form from the concrete and then screw the fence panels back on. What I use is a 3.5-inch galvanized screw and a stainless washer, and that makes it easier the next time to unscrew the fence post from the panel from the fence post. Anyway, a lot of times when you take the form off, the cardboard will rip and not work, but it'll just rot away with weather, so it's not really that important whether it comes off all the way or not. You just basically want to get it off of there so that you can attach the fence. So that's all you need to do.